Okay, Joe, June 7th, 2014. Show here at the O Arena once again. Man, another great night. What'd you think of it?
Of course it was a great night, PK. After all, I was here. I was entertaining all these ditch diggers out there. Of course it was entertaining. What do you expect?
Well, Joe, let's get right to the matches. The first one was Rod Bolt, once again going against Adrian Phillips.
Yeah, I know, Wilson Phillips. Back again, thinking he's all great. Well, let me tell you something, PK. He got lucky again. Lightning struck twice. So what? It ain't gonna happen again.
Well, Joe, this was a rematch because he beat Rod Bolt the previous time when Rod Bolt, walked out away from the ring and lost to a 10 count. Well, this time they're in the match and Rod Bolt thought he was going to get the advantage, but then Adrian Phillips did a leg sweep, taking Rod Bolt down and getting the pin 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you something, PK, I don't care. Because you know what? I don't think Wilson Phillips there is going anywhere in OSWA. So he got lucky, big deal. Let's see how it goes. Let's see how he wrestles when he goes up against other competitors.
So, Joe, you don't think Adrian Phillips is going to go anywhere in the OSWA?
Of course not. Look at him.
Would you be willing to say that to his face?
Well, sure.
Well, that's great because right now we have for an interview Mr. Adrian Phillips.
Mr. Phillips? Wilson?
Yes.
How are you doing today?
It's Adrian Phillips, by the way.
Adrian Phillips. So I keep on calling you Wilson Phillips, don't I?
Here, why don't you go ahead and stand
Great
right here.
song, by the way.
And so you can see the camera. And hey, welcome to the OSWA.
Thank you.
So, Adrian, by the way, congratulations on your dual victories over Rod Bolt.
That's 2. I'm working on 3.
Well, I'll tell you this much, a lot of people were kind of surprised because Rod Bolt is a decent wrestler. And, that's a big piece of pie to try to take a bite of for your first match. But you beat him twice.
Yes, sir.
So let me ask you this. What are your plans for the future in the OSWA?
Well, to beat Rod Bolt the 3rd time. And
you really think you could take him 3 times?
I'm trying to talk. Why are you interrupting me?
Well, because he was a member of the show, Mardi Gras. What do you know what, yeah, go ahead and flap your gums. I don't care.
Okay. Whatever, man.
Well, Joe, let me ask you this. Just out of curiosity, is there anything that you'd like to say to Adrian Phillips' face while he's right here?
Yeah, I'll tell you, man. I just think that you got really lucky. But do you think that you can beat other wrestlers here in the OSWA?
Positively.
You think so? Like guys like Z?
Oh, yeah.
Inc?
Yeah.
That's a lot of confidence.
It's pride.
Well, Adrian, it was great meeting you. And welcome again to the recap, and look forward to seeing your future matches.
Thank you.
Right on.
Yeah, I'm a nice guy.
Yeah, that's right. You're going to do good, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Take care, buddy.
You too.
All right, man. Hold on for one more day. Things will go your way.
You need a doctor.
A doctor? What is he talking about?
Well, Joe, I'll tell you this
I thought
much.
you
I'm
only
glad to
doctors
see you're a
like
man
this.
of conviction and was willing to, say those things to his face.
I
You
did
said you're-
say it to his face. I don't know what you're talking about, PK.
We'll watch the recap later to see how accurate and how verbatim you were on what you're going to say. Well, then we had Zach Daniels versus the Highlander, Johnny Walker.
Oh, yes, the Mac has-been. So what?
Well, Joe, it's better be a has-been than like yourself it never was. But anyways,
shut up, PK.
Joe, it was a great match, but, Daniels got disqualified for choking the Highlander, Johnny Walker, and then he attacked referee Frog.
That's right. Well, I'll tell you something. The Frog deserved it. Sticking his nose in business where it didn't need to be.
Joe, he was trying to put a stop to an illegal match at that point. He had already been disqualified, and he was still continuing to choke the Highlander, Johnny Walker. And Joe, he did 2 truth or consequences on Frog, who by far is he's a referee. He's not a wrestler.
Hey, that's just the danger that comes with the sport. The point is, I blame you, I blame Gentry, and I blame all those fans out there for taking Zach Daniels and taking him to the brink like that.
Joe, do you ever blame Zach Daniels himself?
Never! He's too good for blame.
Joe, you should work in Washington. Anyways.
Well, shut up, PK.
Well, then we had Hollywood versus Jake Hughes.
Oh, yes, Prince Charming. Mr. Hollywood showed him what it was about.
Well, Mr. Hollywood comes out with his self-made belt.
Oh, no, hold on here. He is the real corporate champion. I don't care what you or Gentry or anybody else has to say.
Well,
he's the better wrestler, and all you ditch diggers and chimney sweepers out there know it.
Well, Joe, he comes out with the belt that he handmade himself, apparently.
Yeah, and that's always one of the best-looking belts I've ever seen.
Wow, Joe, your tastes have definitely dropped. Anyways,
so
he winds up getting the victory, but it was a tainted victory, which is typical of Hollywood.
Oh, typical spin. Typical spin. I'll tell you something, BK. He won 'cause he's the better man. And that's the bottom line.
Joe, he won because Security Shane tripped JQ's and then hit JQ's. And then, Mr. Hollywood was then able to hit him with what he calls the red carpet to get the win.
Yeah, I'll tell you something. I got 2 words for that. Loser's limp. Too bad, JQ's. You were not good enough tonight.
Well, Joe, then we had Vengeance versus Alex Diamond Decker. Now, Joe, what's your nickname for Vengeance?
He's Vengeance. What are you talking about?
Not Vigilante?
Oh, PK, you know what? Look at you giving him names. Vengeance is here for a reason, to bring justice to the OSWA, and I would never criticize him for that.
Well, Joe, basically, Alex Diamond Decker won by disqualification because Z came in and hit him from behind while he was beating Vengeance. And so then all of a sudden, they start attacking him, and Vengeance attacked the ref and hit him with a case closed. So now we've got 2 refs that have been attacked.
Yeah, well, he shouldn't have stuck his nose in their business.
But the great thing was, Alex Diamond Decker, he came to the aid of the ref. He hit Vengeance with with his finishing maneuver. The case closed, and Vengeance and basically left the ring and scurried away with Z.
Oh yeah, I know. It was a beautiful ending. I know. I saw that after-school special too.
Yeah, Joe, I saw a single tear rolling down the side of your cheek.
Oh, shut up, DK. The point is, the road to justice is twisted. So I don't care what you or anybody else has to say. Vengeance is going to extremes to bring order back to the OSWA.
It's twisted just like the diary you're writing. Anyway,
shut up.
Then we had Alpha McFly versus Keith Cage. Oh, go ahead, Joe. You want to comment on that?
No, I don't really care to comment on that.
Well, Joe, Keith Cage did wind up getting the victory. Poor Alpha McFly, he comes back from the future in order to go ahead and wrestle. And Keith Cage hit him with a swanton and pinned McFly. Of course, there was some interference by Cody McCauley, the Angry Gamer.
Once again, loser's limp. You know what the point is? Alpha McFly couldn't get the job done. And if he really was the time traveler that he says he is, he would have been able to see that coming. But he's not. He's a fraud.
Joe, by the way, he told me something about your future.
Oh, stop
Just
it.
don't invest in the mushroom farm in Florida. That's all he told me. Just
Shut
don't
up,
know.
PK.
He's going to do it, but tell him, don't invest in the mushroom farm in Florida. So, Joe, some little advice from Alpha
Yeah,
McFly.
sure, he's a real prophet, yeah.
Well, Joe, then we had Will Caution versus Curtis Coleman. And, Joe, in the beginning, I had to call him Will Cautious. He spent a lot of time outside the ring running away from Curtis Coleman.
Oh, stop it. He was just gathering his thoughts, preparing for battle.
Well, Joe, I'll tell you something. It was a good match. It was a very physical match. I mean, these guys really laid it to each other.
I will tell you this, there is no shame in losing to Curtis Coleman. That guy is big, and he has amazing moves. I ain't going to take anything away from him.
Well, Joe, he is our golden ticket winner. He hit, Will Caution with a double lock DDT and got the pin. So, I mean, it was no small feat for him to beat Will Caution, but it was a good match nonetheless, and I expect good things from both of these guys, actually.
Right you are, PK.
Well, Joe, then we had Jimmy Lee versus Mystic Storm. Mystic Storm, who came from the other side of the galaxy, hits Jimmy Lee with the Eye of the Storm and gets the pin. Well, then when the belt comes in, he takes the belt, Jimmy Lee takes the belt and doesn't want to give it back to the ref to give to Mystic Storm. He winds up kind of attacking the ref, so Mystic Storm then hits him with a supernova kick, completely knocking out Jimmy Lee.
Well, I'll tell you
well
something,
deserved.
I gotta admit, I'm not the biggest fan of Jimmy Lee. He gave me a little lip on the way to the ring, so I gotta admit he probably had what was coming to him.
Well, Joe, I'm glad to see that you're not a vindictive type and that you call things right down the middle.
Exactly, I'm very fair and balanced.
Well, then for our main event, we had the Monster Z versus Chad Silva. I had some high expectations for this match. I really did.
And they were met. Man, I'll tell you, those guys duked it out like nobody else.
You mean those guys, Z and Vengeance, when they came in and attacked Chad Silva?
You and your Mexican standoffs. You know what, let me tell you something, Pete. Okay, I said that wrong, but who cares?
I care.
Shut up, PK. The point is that Chad Silva once again slithered away with that Ultimate Championship. Yeah, that's right, slithered, Street Sweepers.
Well, Joe, that's not what I saw. Basically, Vengeance came in during the match, and they both started attacking Chad Silva when it was obvious that Z wasn't going to win. And how does it finally stop? When his younger brother, who's obviously taking some great advice from the older brother, and came in with a chair and cleared the ring because obviously Z and Vengeance didn't want a piece of the steel that comes with the chairs.
Yeah, I know, my little heart grew 10 times this size that day.
So, Joe, you do admit that you're the Grinch.
Shut up, PK.
Well, folks, we'll be back here in 2 weeks on the 21st of June. We're going to see how these feuds continue to work out. We thank our fans, and please continue to watch us on YouTube at youtube.com/OSWA Entertainment. You can go to our website, OSWAentertainment.com. You can also follow us on Twitter at OSWAentertainment.com. And, folks, we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Absolutely.